What is up, foam flingers? Adam here from Life and Foam Flinging, and today I have an unboxing and review of the all-new Netflix One Piece Going Merry Blaster. This is a tie-in with the Netflix show One Piece. This is actually a show that's not new. It is from 2023. I had never heard of it, so I had to go look it up on Netflix. This started as an anime series, and now they're doing a live action series. They started a live action series in 2023, and season 2 of the live action series is coming out in March of this year. So I guess that's why they're bringing out the toys and everything to get the hype up about the show. I know they've brought out some Legos, and they've brought out this blaster. I don't know if they're going to do any more tie-ins or not. This was announced like a week ago, I saw, and it's now just hitting Target shelves. I will put the DCPI number for the blaster in the description below, but most Targets should actually have it out on the shelf right now. My wife was running some errands today and actually picked it up for me, and it was on the shelf. They have an end cap of all the Netflix One Piece toys, the Legos, and the blasters. They did not have the swords at my local Target. I might have picked one of those up. I'll show you the swords once we get to the back of the box. But anyway, this is a pirate theme show, so thus a pirate themed blaster. Going over the box, this is an Elite Dart blaster. That is what's throwing everybody for a loop is, oh my gosh, Elite Darts are back. I'm going to get more into that later. I don't think Elite Darts are back, but this takes Elite Darts. It comes with 8 of them. This is a hammer action spring powered blaster that is a front loading blaster. So you front load it, pull the hammer back and fire one shot at a time. Very cool aesthetics on the front of the box. This also comes with a holster that clips onto your belt, so that's kind of cool. I haven't seen a lot of Nerf that I can remember that actually come with a holster, so kudos to Hasbro for coming up with a blaster that has a holster. On the back of the box here you have the swords. They look almost like the X-Shot branded swords for Demon Slayer that had just come out. These are very, they don't look very piratey to me. They look more samurai ninja type swords, but it says to look for those, and it just goes over the blaster on the back of the box here. You have a hammer prime, you have a clip-on holster, and it's, like I said, it's a single shot hammer prime blaster. That's about it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get it out of the box and see what this blaster has to offer. All right, going through everything that comes in the box and then going over the blaster. Here is your 8 Elite Darts. They're the orange and blue flavor Elite Darts, your standard Elite Dart, in plastic packaging. There is your first clue. Hasbro has started getting away from the plastic packaging a few years ago now. They usually wrap them in tissue paper. These are wrapped in plastic. So we're going to get to that, but 8 Elite Darts. You also have your clip-on holster. Has a clip. It actually, the clip is screwed in, so that's a little different. I don't know if that's to fix it if it breaks or if it's reversible. I know this can go on either side. I know this is an ambidextrous holster. It also comes with 2 dart holders, so you got some dart storage on there, which is kind of cool. The blaster just clips on just like that, and then you can holster it, and if you want to, you can just turn it over. So it's an ambidextrous holster. Kind of cool. It's not the greatest, but it'll, you know, you'll be able to put it in a holster and keep it in place. So there's the holster. Cool add-on, cool add-on. And then you have the blaster itself. We'll go over it. Starting at the front, obviously this is not an in-strike barrel lug. It's just a plain orange muzzle that looks like a pirate pistol. It's very reminiscent of the old flintlock pirate pistols. You have this cool ram's head. I don't know much about the ram's head, but it's a cool feature on the blaster. Moving down, you do have like a faux wooden look, and you have a cool like spider web pattern. This is also cool. Up at the top, you have like a skull and crossbones with a cool wicker style hat on, and it's the screen printed type it's screen printed on there, just like what X-Shot has been doing, and Hasbro has been doing some of that with the screen printing. So that's really cool. I really like that, and it is rather detailed if the camera will focus, but rather detailed. Moving back, you do have kind of a sight, but you can't really aim this blaster because you have a big old ram's head in your way. Going back, you do have hammer prime. To prime the blaster, you pull it back. It does have a spring return, so that's really nice. And then you have the grip itself and the trigger. The grip itself, it's rather comfortable. I have adult size hands, and my hand fits on there just fine. And let's see what the blaster kind of feels like and sounds like. Sounds like your standard kind of elite style, elite performing blaster. Overall, the aesthetics are really cool. I'm sure this ram head will come off. It does look like it's a separate piece, so to maybe paint this up and do some cosplay with it or something, I think that will definitely be the case. I do know my friend over at Gims Mods, he's also got this blaster, done a review on it, and has started taking it apart. He said there is screws in it, as you can see on the blaster, but there also is clips. So just be aware of that if you want to mod this, put a spring spacer in it or something. There is clips in it, so it might be a little difficult to mod. I do know that these are basically hammer shot internals as well, being the spring goes down in the handle to prime, just like a hammer shot. So now let's go over to the chronograph, get some chronograph numbers, then come back with my final thoughts on the blaster. All right, so we're here at my chronograph. I'm just gonna use the standard elite darts here that the blaster comes with. I've got it pointed at my chronograph, and let's see what kind of numbers we're getting. I assume we're gonna get standard elite performance, but here we go. 65.6, 67.2, 68.8, 65.9, 70.2, 67.2, 68.5, and 66.2. So as you can see from those chronograph numbers, you are getting somewhat of elite performance at around 70 FPS with this blaster. All right, so after the chronograph readings, you can see that it's hitting around that 70 FPS mark, a little low. There was one that was up in the 70s and then high 60s FPS, so not bad. What you'd expect from a Hasbro product, around that 70 FPS mark. Overall, I think this blaster is cool. I'm glad to see more tie-ins. I'm glad to see the elite darts back, but that's what I want to talk about right now. Is this show, One Piece, came out in 2023, and from what I remember, I don't remember hearing anything about it. I'm not talking about the anime now. I'm talking about the live action series that started in 2023, and the second season is just coming on in March of this year. So here's what I think is up with the elite dart. I could be totally wrong, but this is my take on it. Back when this was in development, this show, they got a hold of Hasbro and was like, we have a show coming out. We really want to do some tie-ins with you about that. And I think with Lego too, because I haven't seen any Lego until now for One Piece. But I digress. So back in 2023, in-series darts had not come out yet. So they got a hold of them. We want to develop we want to do a tie-in. And when the show was in development and when they were making the show, we want to do it for this show. Obviously, it takes a year, maybe a couple years for development for this type of stuff. So the show was, started in 2023, 2024, 2025, couple years, and now it's 2026. The second season's coming out. Obviously, they couldn't get this out in time for the first season, or didn't want to, or what have you. I don't know. But anyway, so getting back to it, back when, let's make a tie-in. The elite dart was still their dart. It was still their prime dart. It was still their bread and butter dart. And so that's what they based the blaster around, because that's what they had. They did not have the N-series dart yet, the N1 dart. So that is why I think you're seeing this as an elite dart. Otherwise, if they would have got a hold of them last year, 2024, late summer of 2024, when the N-Series and N-Series blasters and N1 Dart came out, that would have probably been an N1 product. But they got a hold of them before that. They already had the technology for the Elite Dart, so they said, okay, we're going to base it around the Elite Dart. That's why I think you have the Elite Dart in this blaster with this blaster tie-in, and that's why I think it's in the plastic packaging. Otherwise it would be in tissue paper, but I think these have been done and out for a while. It says 2025 Hasbro on the blaster, but I think they've had it done for a while and they're just now getting them packaged and processed and put out. So that's just my take on it. That's why I think you're seeing the Elite Dart. I don't think the Elite Dart's coming back. I think N-Series is kind of their bread and butter now. They've got a whole line of N-Series, and I don't see them going back to the Elite Dart. Maybe I'm all wrong, but I just don't see it happening because they don't have any products out that is Elite Dart except for this right now. Besides older blasters, everything is N-Series. So that's what I think about the Elite Dart, and that's why I think this blaster came with Elite Darts. I don't think it's coming back. I just think when this blaster was developed and made, and when they said, hey, let's make a tie-in blaster, it was based around the Elite Dart because that's what they had. Anyway, cool blaster. The ergonomics are cool. I really like the aesthetics. I do like the screen printing on the blaster. Don't necessarily like the ram's head, but I know that's probably part of the show. I need to watch the show. Clowny Nerf, my friend Clowny, I talked to him a little bit about this, and he said he hates the anime, but he kind of digs the live action version of it, which is kind of weird because most people don't like the live action, but they love the anime. So he's like, it's kind of weird, but anyway. So yeah, this blaster's cool. I don't see the practicality of it. If you're a fan of the show, yeah, go and pick one up. If not, I see people picking it up to modify it and paint it up for cosplay, for pirate cosplay or what have you. I think if you can remove this ram's head, I think it will be pretty easy to remove, and then it'll look like kind of a normal flintlock pirate pistol, in my opinion. It'll be good for cosplay. If I didn't say this before, you can pick this up at Target right now for $19.99, $20. Is it worth it? For practicality purposes, no, but for cosplay or collector, or if you just like Nerf like me, then yeah, go for it. I do like the holster. I do like that it's ambidextrous. I do like that they just made it to clip on your belt, and I do like the ammo storage. I don't have any Elite Darts with me, but there you go. There's an Adventure Force Nitro Shot Dart, not Adventure Force, but Dart Zone Nitro Shot Dart. So you got storage, pretty cool. So yeah, that's been my unboxing and review of the Netflix one-piece Going Merry blaster. If you like this review, please go ahead and give it a like. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to try to make more of these videos for you. I'm going to try to get back in the video side of things. I'm going to try to get back into my podcast too. Just got to find the time to do it. So anyway, have a great night, everyone. Have a great weekend. Keep on foam flinging. Keep being nice to each other. And I'll catch you in my next videos. Thanks for watching. I'll be praying for you.